Getting laid off is such a big smack in the head. It's so frustrating. It's so irritating. And some of us said, I'm not sure I want to go back to full-time work. And in the end, I shifted to fractional work, and it's been the best thing ever. I have freedom, I have flexibility, I have autonomy, and I've de-risked by having multiple clients. Now, if one of them has issues, they can go away and I find a new one. It's just that easy. But I do understand the challenges of trying to build your own business as a fractional. And when I started, I went into LinkedIn and I was networking, and clients came to me. And I thought about it, and I've had 18 years of social network experience. And so I reverse engineered it and realized what was happening. So about a year ago, when I was talking to other fractionals, they said they needed help. One person had spent thousands of dollars on agencies, and he got meetings as they promised, but the meetings were not converting. They weren't the right audience. And so he was frustrated. He was ready to quit. And I said, okay, try this. And in a half hour, I showed him my networking approach. It's really about commenting in very large networks. Almost all of my clients have come from a person with a network of 280,000 followers, and they publish multiple times a day. And so I've worked out a program where I teach fractionals how to do this. And so the first step is to optimize your LinkedIn profile. It's really important. And you need to make sure that your headline is very clear on what you do and have an offer. Just saying at a high level that you do, like your financial advisor, it's too broad. You need to come in with something specific that the company wants and needs as a project level. Then you can go out and do this, I call it strategic networking with intent. And it works really well. So that person that I just told you about, in 3 weeks, had 5 highly qualified meetings. And he was a CRO. He was able to secure a fractional CEO position. So that I'm so excited for him. That's super exciting. And I know that all of you want the magic button, right? And if we had that, we'd all be millionaires. But this is hard work. And so I want to teach you the habits on how to get new clients. So the next step is outreach. So one of my clients didn't work, like the inbound for whatever reason, and she's in recruiting. So we set up automated outreach. And in that automated outreach, we put in a short sentence about what you do. She sent 30 messages and got 2 meetings. That's huge. I mean, if you sit around waiting for your network to come up with something for you, you might be sitting for a while. Then the next piece is that you don't have to, when you come in to LinkedIn, everybody teaches you have to start creating content. And I'm skipping that step. Because if you just use your expertise in LinkedIn, you go and do the inbound, you go and do the outbound, you will get leads. And I talked to this lady, and she had been spending 3 hours a day creating content, and she was just frustrated. She was exhausted, to be honest, because she wasn't getting anything from it. If you create content and just put it on your LinkedIn profile, the chances of your target audience reading it is not very high. So skip that. Use your professional brand instead of building personal brand. You don't need to do that. I give you permission. Just say no. And I call my program Growth Rebel because we are doing it a different way. We need clients quickly. We need to put ourselves back to work. All right. So I've talked about LinkedIn, I've talked about inbound, and I've talked about outreach. The next piece is I have an AI process for content, and it's beautiful. I agree that you should be building content, totally, but not a lot. So that person, the salesperson, the CRO that got 5 meetings in 3 weeks, he posted like 4 pieces of content across 2 months. I was posting for once a week because these other things take time. You don't have time writing content, and people don't really care. They know you have the expertise. But I created an AI process for content that you take your expertise, your business, what are you solving for, the problems, and we put that in as memory into an AI tool, and it creates beautiful content. And I have templates to help you as you get started. Eventually, you'll be able to write 3 sentences and say, go finish this for me. And I love it because then you can edit it and post it. So 75% time saved there. I'm trying to take the pain away. So you have inbound going, outbound going, and then the last thing is events. So events in LinkedIn, it sounds like a lot of work, but it's really not. You can set up an event, use the automation to invite your people who are following you. So in outreach, you're building this audience that keeps growing. You can invite them to this event using an automation and the LinkedIn native. That will pull them in, and whether they come or not, it doesn't matter. So in October, I did an event, 87 people registered. I had used the automated pulling from my own network. 7 people came. No worries. So I took the recording and I sent it out manually with a personal note to everyone. It took me 2 hours, but in that 2 hours, I had 12 conversations going in real time in the chat. And one of the people said, hey, I want to have a meeting with you. So 2 days later, I got on a call with them and they said, oh yeah, I connected with you a year ago, but they weren't ready for marketing yet. And then they asked for a proposal. So this term of activating your network is powerful, and it's something that you can do. So take a look at the information in the description, and you can get more information on how to contact me. But I firmly believe that if you are trying to go from laid off, you can take off and build your own business. And my goal is to provide you with the most direct path possible. So let's talk.